Okay, I think today I've seen like my one too many how to draw hands tutorials on YouTube, which is not really how to draw hands. It's just how to draw this hand, like this one hand position that somebody has figured out how to draw, which is good on them. You know, they figured out how to draw hands. They're learning. That's fantastic. But all right, how to draw hands? Seriously, it's not hard to learn how to draw hands because you all have hands. So I just look at my hands when I was learning, and you just use it. So basically, a hand has like 1, 2, 3. And then like 4 parts, right? If you're looking at the palm. And the back is even easier. There's really one part I've got to cut here. So that's it. You got one part here, and then there's one part here that articulates kind of this way, up and down. You've got your fingers, obviously, 3 joints each, and then you've got your thumb, which is 1, 2 joints out here, and then kind of the other joint down here. Yeah? So it's just about the shapes. Right? You've got this part here in the middle, right? The lower palm area. The thumb comes out of here. Okay, stop drawing the index finger first. All right, the other fingers are not going to line up if you draw the index finger first. You draw the middle finger first because it's in the middle. All right, slightly off to the side. All right? It's not dead middle. You draw the middle finger first, so the other fingers you can put them in a position without messing up your hand. Okay, still seeing people drawing index fingers first. Bit of a hack. So just the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts there. Now, the reason these tutorials, they're fine if that's the level you're at, right? That's totally fine, but it's not really going to help you draw hands, plural. So the hand is 3-dimensional, so you just take these shapes and you need to make them 3-dimensional, right? So shape A here, right, it's kind of a 3-dimensional rectangle. Shape B here, it's kind of like a half-circle pie-looking deal. Right, and then C, the thumb, is kind of a ball form. Right, again, we have hands, so just study your own hands. It's a lot better than copying some posed hand that's already been drawn. You've got this ball shape here, and then the thumb comes out of there. Yeah, the thumb has 1 joint in the middle. Yeah, not rocket science. Again, don't be drawing the index finger first, or even just the joint. Middle finger first. Now I know there's 1 here, there's 2 over here. Pinky's the smallest, yeah? Right? Fingers come out there. Fingers got how many joints? 1, 2 joints. So just divide it into thirds. Right there, your joints. Your fingers are cylinders. Now, by the way, if you're not at the level of drawing where you're drawing through like this, where you're drawing in 3 dimensions and you're drawing through your forms, if you're not at that level, you're not going to be able to do this, all right? Hands is high level. This is high level drawing stuff. I know a lot of people are like, yo, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm not going to draw through for whatever reason. Didn't like your art teacher, or just didn't have an art class. Fair enough. Never took a formal art class, never learned to do it. Start doing it. Because this is the brick wall you're going to hit if you're trying to draw people in any style. Disney, anime, realistic, classical, any style. You got to figure things out drawing through first before you go and try and draw, like, you know, Mickey Mouse's gloved hand, or like the Simpsons when they have like 4 fingers or whatever. All right, still follows the same forms. You have to understand the forms to adapt it. It doesn't go the other way around. So the fingers are just 3 cylinders. You're just drawing 3 cylinders for the fingers. The thumb is 2. Okay, my proportions are a bit off because I'm totally rushing this. I'm trying to do this in real time while I speak. The proportions aren't perfect. How do you learn proportions? Look at your hand. All right. Do it wrong 50 times, that's fine. All right? But you look at your hand. All right? It's not so good to memorize proportions from a posed hand, because as soon as I do this, the proportions get whacked. Right? So you try to draw Spider-Man, knowing that this and this should be about the same length doesn't really help you when your fingers are like this, or they're curled, or they're curled on the side. And no artist measuring these proportions when you're drawing this. It's A, this meaty kind of middle part, I call it. I'm not a physician. I don't know what the actual names are. You're not going to do this without drawing through. Or some people want to just think they can just brute force it, and go, if I just draw it the other way enough, I don't need to do this drawing through thing. Yeah, good luck. There's some people can do it. Kim Jong-gi, right? But I'll be honest, if you're one of those people, you would have figured it out by now. I'm not Kim Jong-gi. I got to do this. Just got to do it. Just look at your own hand. Just look at your own hand. All right? Do it a couple times, and then when you need to refine it, when you've got the basics down and you're going for refining it or going for another style, right, then go look at Michelangelo. His hands are amazing. Michelangelo Leonardo da Vinci, for the classical hands. If you want to, really see how the masters do it, that's fine. At that point, that's just as a teacher, I don't want to see people. Again, if you can do this, that's great. Right? If you're learning this, that's fantastic. I just don't want to see people thinking that this is the end-all be-all of how to draw hands. Is you look at, anime person number 552, and then they do this, right? And they like to do this anime pose where their fingers are splayed out like this. There's nothing wrong with that in terms of style. Okay, but knowing how to do this, it's not going to translate back into something like this, and you're not going to be able to then, like, okay, I drew this a million times, I know how to draw hands, and then you're going to go, try and draw Spider-Man web slinging, and your hand is in perspective, right? And you need to have the bottom of the thumb here, but the fingers need to be in perspective, and then these fingers need to be curled down, and then you may or may not be seeing the knuckles, and then the pinky is over here in this position, and then the hand needs to be in perspective, right? And then you have to follow through with the arm and stuff. It's not good practice, right? It's fine. It's not the best practice. So, right, how the meaty parts work, how all the joints work, that gets more complicated. But I think most people online how to draw hand, looking for how to draw hands, not really, looking for that level. All right, but I mean, take it to the next level. You really want to understand the actual form of each finger, etc., and how it interacts with the joints and whatever. Fair enough. But get to it. Get off this level first. Get off this level of thinking, not drawing. It's fantastic if you can do this. Get this off this level of thinking. Here's how you draw hands. All right? Maybe a bit of tough advice, but I'm in that kind of mood right now. I hope this helps. Not trying to not knock anybody, not trying to shit on anybody who can do this or is trying to share it. Good on them. But let's all level up together.